All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Out here at the 50-yard line again, and gonna do something a little bit different here today. I've got a different one of the Savages out here, one that I don't shoot nearly enough. I have had an absolute blast, let me first say, with the Budget Mark II build since Christmas time, and it has fulfilled its entire purpose in life, which was to come out and compete in our post 435 100-yard match here. And score-wise, I finished race with that rifle last week. But anyway, I was really kind of hoping after that match was over, I came home, and I've been thinking about this for a while. I pulled the action and the barrel out of that, and I pulled the barreled action out of this, and I was hoping that it might direct swap in. I know, the magazine is going to be a little bit different, but I was hoping that like maybe with some really minor Dremel type modifications I could make it work. It's just not going to happen. So back it went into its plastic stock, and this went back into the MDT chassis that it came in. Torqued it back down, and we're back out here at the range with it. I just verified the zero on it, and what we're going to do now is we're going to finally find out what this rifle actually likes to eat. If you go back a year in my video history and you look at the first couple of videos that I did with this rifle, and there are very few with this rifle, but the first couple that I did, all I ever did was got some group testing, mostly all with CCI, and I shot it at some steel with CCI. I've never really found out what this rifle likes to eat. So that's what we're going to try to figure out here today, and then maybe start shooting this a little bit more and some of the other challenges that are out there. Again, if you watch any of those older videos, the whole purpose of this rifle, it started out its life as something that I put together because one of the gun clubs I belonged to was really open at the time to the idea of maybe building an NRL 22 style range and holding matches out there. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like it's going to happen, and therefore this rifle was supposed to be a loaner for that. It's not ever going to see that life, so I got to start shooting it some more myself. So anyway, without any more yapping, let me go ahead and get the ammo off the table here out of the way, get everything lined up, and we will start shooting some groups. Okay, so the way this is going to work is I've got 21 1-inch spotter pasters downrange, 3 across, 7 rolls down for the 7 different ammunitions I'm going to shoot. The first paster I will put 5 on. That is basically just there for spotting, following the changes from one ammunition to the next, and then I'm going to measure the second 2 groups. I was hoping to get this done as quick as possible here today because it is hot out here. It is humid as all get up, so we're going to go ahead and get this rolling. The first ammunition will be CCI standard velocity, so let's give it a rip. The second paster. All right. I am going to cut this camera while I load magazines with the next ammunition, which will be Eley target. All right, so the next ammo up, next roll down will be shooting Eley target. I will also mention that I put a half a minute of left wind on it because the first groups all were off to the right, and I don't want to wander off the paper there. So let's get this going. That last one that pulled out, pretty sure that was me, but doesn't matter. That's the Fowler target anyway, so All right, and that first round on that last target, oh, I got one more. That was me too, because I totally was shocked when that went off. I had my finger too much on the trigger, and as I pulled the rifle and the bag into my shoulder, it went off. So put one more on that last one. Otherwise, that wouldn't look so bad. All right, so the next ammo up is going to be this Eley subsonic 38 grain hollow points. I have never tried to group this ammo. I had a couple boxes of it in my ammo locker, so I figured, what the heck. Only reason I ever bought this was because when I was playing around with the Budget Mark II and trying to push it at some extreme distance, I saw something that someone I know did with some centerfire rifles and some hollow points by putting some lube in it, and when you shot it, the lube comes out of the front of the hollow point and it gives you a really neat vapor trail. Well, when you're trying to push a 22 beyond 500 yards, and you're missing, it would have been nice to have seen that. That's what I was hoping for. Didn't work out that way. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Let me get this going. And I hope these don't travel really high because they're a little bit lighter. They are subsonic, so we'll see what happens here. Not terrible, but I won't shoot that again. All right, next ammo, Eley Club. Nothing really all that impressive either, in my opinion. All right, next ammo, Eley Match. The second group looked pretty good, but kind of fell apart on the last one a little bit. One of those rounds was me, though. Again, it was coming off the bag. I felt it when the round went off. Up next, SK Standard Plus. Yep, and that should have been another 5. That SK Standard Plus, I'm telling you what, guys, this is really one of my favorite ammos. All right, so last group here will be using SK Pistol Match. All right, good stuff. In my opinion, $2 more a box generally compared to this. It's not worth paying for it. But if you can find the Pistol Match Special, that's worth the $3 more than this, in my opinion, my experience. But all right, so here's the B22 Ammo Test. and you know, I'll measure them when I get home, but you can tell just by looking at it, nothing fantastic. Flyers on each group, most of the time it was probably my fault. As you go down, the CCI, nothing to brag about. The Eley target, nothing to brag about. The Eley hollow point, subsonic, nothing crazy. The club, a little bit better maybe. The match actually did good. I mean, that's a decent first round group. You know, or Fowler group, and then, you know, tightened up. I dropped one out, and I think I said in the video that I knew I was the one that, or, you know, it was my fault that that one pulled. The SK Standard Plus, very similar if you look at it to that Eley match, probably in group size. And then, you know, the middle group, again, pretty darn close or similar. The match is probably tighter. And then if you look at the third group, I would say that the Standard Plus is probably a better group because that one and up are the 5 shots. There are 4 in those 2 holes, and then that one. This here is part of this 5-round group from the SK pistol match. So I don't know. We're gonna shoot some validation of a couple groups of match compared to a couple groups of Standard Plus, and that'll be the decider on what I buy another brick or so of to shoot out of this thing the rest of the summer. All right, so we're going to do the validation now. The match and the standard looked the best when I went down range there and looked at it, so we're going to do 2 5-round groups on the targets on the left very bottom, and then 2 on the targets on the right bottom. First 10 we'll be using the Eley match, so let's go ahead and do that. And this is the match. And I'm going to take my time on this, not rush through it. It's been 10 or 15 minutes. I should probably give myself one cold bore, but I guess not. We'll just go for it. Okay, yeah, going back to it. Okay, now it makes sense. I thought that was a flyer, but if you look back at the 3 groups mid-page of the match, those were all high. So I thought I goofed this all up. All right, so that's fine because it's a decent-looking group. Next 5. Still holding center paster. And I believe that is 5 as well, and it is. All right. Roll right into the SK. Can't remember now. Looks like 3. Last target. All right, well, I don't know. When I get home and measure them up, I got a funny feeling it's going to be within probably, 20 thousandths or so of an average between the two groups. I don't think there's really any payoff other than $16 a box and about $7 a box. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be it for this one today. Until then, you all have a great day, and we will see you at the range.